Some life application is fine, guys. I'm not saying that we can't somehow go to the Word, hear a message that's not somehow applicable to us today, but this is completely overdone in these churches. You're not David. Goliath is not your financial issues or your struggle that you're having in life. Life application messages seem to be the preferred preaching style of most of these megachurch pastors. All of the aspects of the gospel that might be a stumbling block to some people have purposely been removed to make it easier to hear. Do you see what this does? This draws people to the church, not Jesus. Most people have never actually confronted their sin and had given their life to Jesus. As I said before, it's the Band-Aid version of Jesus. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 23, it says, "We preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to the Jews and folly to the Gentiles. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God. For the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men." This isn't just about numbers either, and I hate to say it, but it's about money too. You're talking about a megachurch being a multi-million-dollar corporation. This is everywhere. We see this from the less known megachurches to the really popular megachurches with celebrity pastors that have books and mansions, but there's also a lot of debt. And you have to get a lot of people through the door in order to pay off that debt. You know what it reminds me of is when Jesus cleared the temple in John 2 and Matthew 12. John 2 verses 14 through 16, it says, "In the temple he found those who were selling oxen and sheep and pigeons, and the money changers sitting there. And making a whip of cords, he drove them all out of the temple with the sheep and oxen. And he poured out the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. And he told those who sold the pigeons, 'Take these things away. Do not make my Father's house a house of trade.' His disciples remembered that it was written, 'Zeal for your house will consume me.'" And then Matthew 12, verses 12 through 13, it says, "And Jesus entered the temple and drove out all who sold and bought in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. He said to them, 'It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you make it a den of robbers.'" Why do these churches need to spend so much money on how the church looks? Why spend millions of dollars on remodels, on fancy flat screen TVs, entertainment, festivals, unnecessary equipment? And for what? For the gospel? For the kingdom? It's because this model requires a pristine image. It's all done in the name of church growth. Numbers. Through the eye of a needle, guys. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? What are we doing? What has happened in America that we think this is us evangelizing the world? How does this look? How does this possibly look like the Great Commission? They have millions of dollars coming into their churches to make it look good to unbelievers. And then they come and they're not any better leaving than when they came because they don't know Jesus. They don't know the gospel. Are we an army, a spiritual army to go out and kick down the gates of hell? I don't think so. You can say that. You can say that, yes, that's what we're doing. Is it? Because I see people leaving the faith left and right.